Greetings, everyone. Tarot from the Divine here. And we are here with your weekly what's coming up for the week of May the 11th through May the 17th. So today through next Saturday. Now, the past couple of weeks we've been dealing with if someone is in a partnership, a legal partnership of some sort, business partnership, they've been having to watch their partner or their partners. And so I don't know if we're going to still continue to pick up on that or if this will be something new. So let's see what we've got going on. Okay. So I hope that everything's going well for you guys. I hope you've had a good week. I hope your upcoming week is prosperous and everything you want it to be. So the first thing we have is official person. And we're just looking for like 5 of these, Spirit. Okay, the next one is coffin. So a situation is ending. High honor. Privileged lady. And community. Okay. So we have official person, coffin, high honor, privileged lady, and community. So let's see what these are about. Oh, I need to get another incense stick going. Mine went out. Hang on just a second, folks. I got this new incense burner. I really like it because it keeps all the ashes in one spot. They just go down into this little glass. And then I can just empty that out. I don't have to worry about my cat laying on the incense and burning herself, which she hasn't done, but she's gotten close a couple of times. And plus it keeps the ashes all nice and neat and contained. And so I don't end up with ash everywhere. So excuse me for reaching in front of the camera. There. So there. Okay. So now let's get back to it. So official person. So what about this official person, Spirit? Now, when I was pulling cards before I did this reading, the caution card came up, and there was something about someone being kept a secret, and somebody just didn't want something to be found out. So let's see here. The 6 of Coins. So this official person is generous, so they must have some type of, income that they're able to help others or whatever, but they're discerning. What else, Spirit? All right. 7 of Cups. So there's lots of opportunities that they could be presented with. It could be also they're a little confused. They have a lot of opportunities that they're looking at and they're not sure which one to look at. It could also be illusions, that someone only wants them to see, they don't want them to see the real picture, so they're throwing um, other scenarios or they're casting illusions so that the real picture doesn't come out. Next, we've got the Knight of Wands. So this is a male energy, younger energy. Wands is goals, creativity, and passion. It could be Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Sometimes the Knight is bringing a message, so there could be something about a creative passion or something like that. But it's a younger energy usually, so maybe they're approaching, maybe they are the one casting the illusions because they are trying to reach a goal. And they want you to see them as a certain way. That could be one scenario. What else do we have? Oh, 3 cards. Great. 4 cards. Oh, thanks, Spirit. I'm going to turn them right side up. Here we go. Okay, we have the 9 of Swords. Someone has some anxiety, or they're worried about something, or they're feeling guilty about something. Got the Queen of Swords. This is a feminine energy. She's strong. Swords is an air sign. Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius. Controls thoughts, communication, and logic. So someone is in their thoughts with the 9 of Swords. They're worried. And this Queen of Swords sort of controls those thoughts. So this Knight of Wands could be concerned about something that's going on, or they're concerned that they're going to be found out. We have the 6 of Cups, which is moving on to calmer waters. No. I'm thinking of the 6 of Swords. The 6 of Cups is nostalgia. Being perhaps meeting up with someone from your past, or something from your past is coming through. Also living in harmony with those around you. And then we have the 10 of Wands. Something is a heavy burden, or someone is taking on someone else's burden, or someone else is putting their burdens onto this person. And that could be why there's they've got worry and anxious, because this official person could be putting a bunch of pressure on someone on this Knight of Wands. This Knight of Wands could be, like I said, they're trying to succeed, and they could be taking on a bunch of responsibilities that maybe they can't quite handle. And so they're casting illusions, hoping that this official person won't notice that they're not able to handle the situation. Now, only take this if it resonates. Please remember that there's a lot of people here, so it could be, it could be this, it could be something else, but this is my interpretation of it at this moment, okay? So what about this coffin? What's coming to an end? we've got a Ten of Cups. So emotional fulfillment. So someone is emotionally fulfilled in a relationship. Okay, let's get some more clarification on that, please, Spirit. We've got the King of Swords in the reverse. So an emotional relationship looks like it's coming to an end, and with this King of Swords, and it's turning out that they're actually a liar. They're, pretty sarcastic, probably very narcissistic. So perhaps the relationship is ending. You've reached as much emotional satisfaction as you're going to get out of this relationship. And we have the Page of Swords. Yeah, don't rush into anything with this King of Swords in the reverse. The Page of Swords is coming through, and the page is usually a message bearer. And with the swords, it could be the truth. So, some sort of message about this King of Swords in the reverse could be coming through, which will result in the ending of the relationship. You may have thought that this person may have thought that they were happy with them, and then it's going to turn out that you have reached the maximum emotional satisfaction that you're going to get. So that relationship is going to probably end. What's this doing here? Okay, since I don't know where it flipped out, we're just gonna bury it. Here we go. See if it comes out. It was the 9 of Coins, so we'll see if it comes out. Okay, anything else on this one? Yeah, we've got the Knight of Coins in the reverse. So, yeah, financially, they don't want to do anything financially. They're, just kind of stuck in the same position, and they seem to be happy there. Then we have the 6 of Swords. Okay, so this is moving on from a negative situation. So, yeah, whoever is in this situation is going to be moving on. This relationship is going to end. And the 6 of Swords, Gemini, let me think. Yeah, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius is going to move on from this situation. Because they've gotten as much as they can out of the relationship, and they're realizing that nothing good is going to come from staying. What about this High Honor? What is this High Honor, Spirit? All right, we've got the Star, which is hope and inspiration. It's a bright future. We have the Ace of Wands, which is a new goal. So, something creative or a new passion of some sort. You've found a new hobby or something that you want to get into, and it's got a bright future. And then we have the 10 of Coins. Okay, so you're going to make money at it. It could be a joint thing. So you may be finding a new partner. And the Ace of Cups, there could be a new relationship coming in. So, and the new relationship, this Ace of Cups, could be an emotional relationship, but it could also be of financial benefit. Okay, so let's see what else. This person of high honor. So whatever this is, this could be you, collective. And this is present, so remember, we've got past, present, and future. So this could be you, collective, in the present. You've just gotten out of this other relationship, possibly, or someone you know has gotten out of this relationship. It could be this new relationship coming in has gotten out of this narcissistic relationship. Okay? What else? Anything else about this high honor? We've got a Queen of Wands. So this could be your new partner. This Queen of Wands is a female energy. Doesn't have to be, it's the energy is feminine, but it doesn't have to be specifically male or female. There is no gender in the tarot. So, male could be female, female could be a male, switch the genders around as you need to. Could be an Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, doesn't have to be. But that could be the new partner coming in. And we've got a Five of Swords. So there's some sort of a conflict, a parting of ways. So this Queen of Wands probably is the one that has left this narcissistic relationship, and they're just coming out of it. So, I would say to be careful, but it looks like it's going to be a positive relationship. Okay, what about this privileged lady? Okay, we have the Death card. So something has ended and it's the beginning of a new cycle. So with a privileged lady, that's usually a younger energy. So it could be and the time of year that it currently is, and looking at how she's dressed, and it's summertime or late spring. With the Death card, it could be somebody that's graduating from something, like graduating from college or graduating from high school, and then they've got a new beginning coming. Okay, so the Death card isn't necessarily a bad card. It's just symbolizing the ending of a situation, the ending of a cycle. What else, Spirit? What's this new beginning for this privileged lady? What's coming up? Okay. Is that all there is for that one? Is that it's an ending cycle and there's a new beginning coming up? I'll go through these this last time and then I'll move on. Okay. So we have the Seven of Swords. So yeah, this privileged lady has been working hard, making a sacrifice. So I'm going to say it's probably college, but high school, sometimes high school is really tough to get through. But they've been really working hard, and it's been a battle, but if you look at the original tarot, or in the traditional tarot, in the Seven of Swords, the person is standing above. Or is that the Seven of Wands? The Seven of Swords can also be the Thief card. So it can be the Thief card, but in this way, I'm not taking it as that. It just doesn't come through as that at all. It's coming through as making sacrifices, having to give up things. So they may feel like they've been, they've had a loss in that way, and that maybe something was stolen from them in the way of time and things like that. But that cycle is coming to an end. And then we have the Nine of Coins, which is um, overcoming obstacles, um, material material things, money, career, or health. So they've overcome some obstacles, and they're now moving into a period of, you know, uh, financial contentment, possibly career contentment. They've been working hard, and they have given up a lot. So yeah, they feel like they've been stolen from. That's why with the Seven of Swords has come out. And then we have the Hierophant, which is there's some type of yeah, they've been going to school, they've been learning their lessons, they've been maybe they're going to school to become a teacher, um, but they have been studying very hard, they've been working very hard, and that is beginning to show now. What else? Anything else about this privileged lady? That's too many, Spirit. Anything else? Okay. So now we're going to move on to the community. What about the community? What's going on in the future with the community? Okay, we've got the Two of Cups. So a new relationship. So you're going to, someone possibly is going to move to a new community that they love. It doesn't have to be a one-on-one person relationship. This can be, especially since it's the community, they could be moving into a community or a new group of people that accepts them, and they feel the love from this new community. What else, Spirit? Okay, we've got the Five of Coins. There could be some unforeseen financial expenses, possibly with the move, or possibly, in this new community. Just be aware of that. The Five of Coins also means being put out in the cold or feeling broke. So the transition from, the schooling to the new community could be a bit of a financial burden. So just make sure that you're aware of that. And this could be where the community comes in and shows you some love, because you're financially, you're in a financially difficult way, possibly because you're broke from going to school. Good grief, the school loans and all of that. And then we've got the Wheel of Fortune. So the wheel is going to turn in your favor. So the community is going to come forward. There's a community that's going to come forward and help you out with this. But just know that you are going to face some sort of a financial hardship. Anything else, Spirit? Okay. So now, let's see. Usually these cards are what the karmics are up to, or the, I don't want to say the negative side of life, because some of these cards are positive, but it's usually, somebody trying to cause trouble, or, what lies beneath, the intentions behind it. So what do we have under the official person? This is 10 of Wands. It's a difficult situation. We've got the Knight of, was it the Knight of Wands? Yeah, it was the Knight of Wands that is possibly taking on too much, and they're having a hard time, and they don't want somebody to see it. So, and that could have been in the past. What about that? Doing drugs. Okay, so there could be some drug involvement. And that could be why they are having a hard time. There could be there could be a drug issue there, and game over. So they're probably going to be found out, and unfortunately, that's what happens a lot of the time when someone finds out that someone else is doing drugs. Then they're immediately dismissed or whatever. But there's going to be a new beginning. This says expecting, so there could be, a new child on the way. But expecting can also be, just like it says, new beginning. So the new beginning could be getting clean. What about this coffin energy, the situation that's ending, the narcissistic situation? Okay, emotional intelligence. Yeah, someone caught on, and they have emotional intelligence and enough to realize that they've gotten everything emotionally out of this situation that they're going to get. And if they stay in it, then they're going to be the only ones that are giving to this relationship. Anything else on that, Spirit? Okay, so we have betrayal. Yeah, with the narcissistic relationship, we've got betrayal with deceit, backstab, traitor, not to be trusted. And that was that Knight of Coins in the reverse. And we have the King of Swords in the reverse. So yeah, that King of Swords in the reverse, he's a liar. He's everything that this card says, and then some. Anything else? So yeah, that relationship is going to end. What about this High Honor? Okay, so this came out in the reverse. Someone could be, this King of Swords in the reverse could be accusing this Queen of Wands of being promiscuous. And she's not, sleeping around and stuff. But that's what they'll say. they'll go around and spread rumors and lies and stuff, um, just because they can, because they're mad out of spite that, this Queen of Wands has the audacity to leave them. And so they're going to spread rumors, but those rumors are going to be false. Anything else? Okay. What about this privileged lady that has been working so hard in school? That situation's getting ready to end. Fighting for what you love. Claiming what's yours. Love is a battlefield. So, the love of yourself, the love of career, the love of your education, you've been fighting for everything that you love. And, that's gonna pay off. Anything else? Okay, what about, bad choices? So beware of bad choices. Beware of making bad choices. Stick to what you love. You've got a new beginning coming up. With the Death card, you have a new beginning coming up. So make sure that you pay attention to what choices you're making. And the bad choices could be what is going to put you into the financial hardship over here under the community card. So just, since that's in the future, it can be changed. Okay, these cards are not set in stone. When you make a different decision, then it makes a different outcome. I hope that makes sense. What about this community? Check yourself. So again, with the bad choices, and check yourself. Make sure that you're doing everything you can. You may still end up in a financial deficit, but do everything you can to avoid it. Try to, just keep doing what you've been doing through school, and don't make any rash decisions, and don't go off gambling and all of that. What else, Spirit? Anything else? Okay, so this last week we were talking about partnerships and all of that for the past 2 weeks. So for this week, we apparently are talking about, we've got a relationship that's ending, a narcissistic, probably abusive relationship is ending, and a new relationship is going to be starting from this person who left this relationship, is going to come with an official person that is, it looks like it's going to be a good relationship. And then we've got the privileged lady, which is a younger energy who is getting ready to get out of school and go on to the new beginning, the new career, and get that going on. But being young may make some bad choices. So, just be aware of that. If you're the parents or whatever, try to help them out. But the community is, they do have a community that will, is going to come through and help them out. So, The Wheel of Fortune is in their favor, but they just need to, you know, that's the only way sometimes you learn, though, is by making bad choices. So let's get some ancestors. We've done angel numbers the past couple of times. So this time let's get an ancestors and see what the secrets of the ancestors have to say. I want to thank you all for being here, taking time out of your schedule and out of your day to listen to my videos. I do hope that they help. Please share with your friends and family, especially if it resonates for someone that you know. It might help them. And otherwise, it's for entertainment purposes. So, at least it's a good story, right? So let's just draw one. And this is Father God. Radical Truth. That's number 43. Let's see here. Okay, so here's the card. And there may be dishonesty or confusion around you, but there is an old saying, the truth will out. Or as the grandmas used to say, what's done in the dark will soon come to light. What do you believe to be true? This ancestral energy is focused on righting wrongs and doing the just thing. It is self-compassionate to be truthful with yourself. It is courageous to be truthful with others. If you root yourself in the truth, you cannot fail. Father God shows up as Oliphant, the omnipresent, omnipotent incarnation of the Supreme God in the Yoruba religion. He is the just ruler of heaven and the earth. Allowing yourself to be authentic is a privilege denied to many who came before. How can you be more of yourself? My beloved child, you are willing to drop the Are you willing to drop the masks at home and in the rest of your life? And then I feel called to read this portion as well. The path of ease is not always choosing the easy way out. You are not being truthful about something. This is a very dangerous game that you are playing. There is no such thing as a little white lie. Come clean or risk everything. And I have a feeling this has to do with this back here, but it could also have to do with the financial situation that could be coming up. Be truthful with yourself and with others. If you're having a financial situation, be truthful with people so that they can help you. The tarot correspondence is Jupiter. And that's from the 18th century Marseille Tarot de Benson deck. Jupiter corresponds to the Hierophant card in modern tarot decks. And we did have the Hierophant come out. So, and the declaration is, I keep it real. So keep it real. Learn your lessons. Make good decisions. And, like I said, this future part doesn't necessarily have to happen. Okay, especially this part. You've got a community that will come to your aid. That's great. But the part that you need to look at is the bad choices and all of that. Just, if you don't know a choice, if you're having a problem making a decision, ask. Ask somebody that you trust. Ask several people that you trust. Get a lawyer's consultation. Do whatever you need to do to help yourself and keep from making those bad choices that could put you into this situation. Okay? So that's your reading. Thank you all for being here. I truly do appreciate each and every one of you. Please remember to like, share, comment, and subscribe. Again, share with your friends and family. And hey, until next time, have a great day.